Hello guys and welcome here to the Jello Cup Series. This is race number 2. Here today from Las Vegas. It's our midweek showcase. As you may or may not know, this season of course we announced we were going to do weekends only. But we've also announced that we are going to do a few midweek races once in a while. This is the only one for the month of September, and it is the Pennzoil 400 under the lights at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I am Brian James here. It's going to be a whirlwind the next few weeks for these Jello Cup guys. As you know, we just got through the Daytona 500, which Chase Miller won on Sunday. After this, of course, we got our midweek race here, and after this we head to Phoenix. And it's not just one race this weekend for the Jello Cup guys. They have 2 races this weekend. They have one at Phoenix they have a doubleheader at Phoenix. There will be one race on Saturday, one race on Sunday. So a lot going on for the Cup guys. And of course, it all starts here on the West Coast swing, because of course we'll be on the West Coast swing the rest of the month here. And Mohammed Zain Abdullah will lead us to the green for the first race of our West Coast swing. To his outside will be that number 21 of Mitchell Collins. Of course, you saw our knockout qualifying results earlier. We got a few new names in the race today, guys who did not make the 500, and for them it's going to be all about recovery. How much points can they make up from losing points at a double points event by not making the field? So obviously there's going to be a little desperation for those guys, and especially you're going to want to get all the points you can now because the double header is next, and there's only one knockout qualifying session for the entire double header. So that's something these guys are going to want to keep in mind as we get going here from Las Vegas. And of course we'll be right back in just a moment with your starting lineup, but let's roll the intro here first on GCN. You are watching the Gaming Collaboration Network, home of the Jello Cup Series.
Oh man, through turns 3 and 4, we're going to have ourselves another photo finish, and I believe this time the 43 Tim Randolph will win at Daytona.
The Lift National Series. Here we go. They make their way through turns 3 and 4. The pace car will peel off. And for the first time ever, the Lift National Series is green here at Daytona. The Hitachi Truck Series. And here we go. The pace truck is gonna peel off. And for the first time ever in GCN history, we have a truck series, and we are underway under the lights here at Daytona in Tuesday night heat. Start for us. Your GCN presentation starts right now. Welcome back. The starting lineup is gonna be on the left-hand side of your screen. Of course, it's a Ford front row here. You know, it's Austin, Sean, Tyler Rattray, and a few others. Chris Smith as well. All will be making their Season 6 debuts today. Also, before we get going, let's take a look at your keys to the race. We have a mile and a half speedway rather. Here, it's going to be 41 laps. The pit window about 12 to 15. Will this be a 2 or 3 stop race? That'll be the question. And of course, you're going to want to make up as much ground as you can on the short run. For the go or go homers, the ones that made the field, it's going to be all about points today as we get going here. Mohammed Zain Abdullah leads us to the green. The Pennzoil 400 is underway. get out to a big lead early here. And he'll lead the opening lap, but Eric Faden just got second. So what I was saying about the keys to the race for these go or go homers, the big thing for them, like Austin Shaw here, you see he's running in 5th. The big thing is he's got to make up ground here. The go or go homers that made the 500 maybe didn't do so well in the race itself. Is this damage control for them? And some of these guys who had a bad result, some of the top 33 guys who had a bad result, is this damage control for them entering here because they know the doubleheader is next. The first of 2 this season. So a lot really to focus on. But Muhammad Zain Abdullah out to a good start. And keep in mind, these guys have the doubleheader at Phoenix next week, or this upcoming weekend. Then the next weekend after that we got Auto Club. And the weekend after that we got Sonoma, our first of 6 road courses on the Jello Cup Series circuit. And that of course will wrap up October and the West Coast swing. And look at this, Mitchell Collins battling for that 3rd or 2nd position right there. He's got a draft down the front stretch here, or the tri-oval. And I don't think it's going to happen again. Going back to our keys to the race, the big thing here, you want to pass early in the run. Because once the tires heat up, it's just not possible to make up much ground. And we saw it yesterday in the Lyft National race. And look at this, 2 of the go or go homers have just crawled up into the top 10. Chris Smith is up there. Austin Shaw's in 4th right now. Both currently have a top 5 going. That's good for Austin Shaw. He can make up a lot of ground here if he plays his cards right. But of course they are all chasing the 17. And Muhammad Zain Abdullah, he didn't have a terrible rookie campaign, but he really didn't make much noise in that season, or in the season last season. He made a lot of noise on the left side. Of course, he is a restrictor plate winner at Talladega. And he ran yesterday. I don't believe he ran too well yesterday in the lift race. Here, of course, the winner yesterday was the driver that 20, Giorgio Stumu. And he's currently running in 27th, hoping to find something here. Driving the Irwin colors today. And of course, Muhammad Zain Abdullah known best. Going back up front, he's been known best for winning on restrictor plates. He won at Pigs Creek last season. He won at Talladega in Season 1 of the Carvana Wildcard Series, so he's very well known for that. Of course, today he could be going for his 2nd career win. And look at it, he's just checked out. He's not able to be caught. Meanwhile, we missed a battle for 3rd. As it looks like Austin Shaw has got it now, and he is trying to now catch that number 8. of Eric Faden, who had high hopes entering Daytona. He won his blue-green vacation duel and just couldn't hang on after that. He just fell back and really couldn't do much in the latter stages of that race. He still, I believe, came out with a good result. He did win the Pennzoil 400 last season, so he's familiar with victory lane here. But of course, he's not having any luck chasing down that 17. He's just checked out. He's gone. He's almost 4 seconds ahead. And here we go. We got pit stops. We said about 12 to 15 laps is that pit window. Is anyone going to stay out? And it looks like Austin Shaw came in a lap early. We thought Charles Sanford would stay out. He comes in. And no one in the back willing to be bold. Jesse James coming in. He's the last one in. Keep in mind, the 17 has a massive advantage, but he can't lose it here. See the right side they're going to go on. And it looks like they'll go 4 tires. And keep in mind, this group can go a little bit longer than the rest of the guys. See, they're out and away. There's the 48. Because I believe he was the first off the pit lane. And in fact, he was. Does he gain any ground on that 17? See, there's the 17 coming off. Here comes the 48. He's fully up to speed. I don't think he's going to catch the 17, but he's definitely going to get up to second on that cycle of stops. So pitting early, he gets a clean racetrack coming out. But he loses ground right there. So tough break for Eric Faden. He loses 2 positions on that stop, and now he's under pressure for that 4th position from Sky Commons, one of the rookies in the field. And if this race stays green, that may be all the passing we see is on the pit lane. See, the gap remains the same from 1st to 2nd, and Austin Shaw, he is looking to chase down the 17. Hasn't been long since his last victory, but he would sure love to get career win number 3. Mohamed Zain Abdullah staring down win number 2 in his career. You see Austin Shaw loses ground there. But a good day for him and a good day for Chris Smith in that number 1. Oh, someone's on the apron that's slow, and it's the 8 of Eric Faden. Not good for that number 8 team. That is a tough break for them. They are not going to be off to a good start here this season. They were close to a Daytona 500 victory. The good news is, again, they have those 5 points from the Gander RV duel, or not the Gander RV duels, the blue-green duels at Daytona. So that's some good news. They have that to fall back on. But that might be their only good news. And it's a 6-second lead. Let's check in on your 500 winner while we got really no battle, or no contest up front rather. at 35 of Chase Miller, this week sporting the Boost Mobile colors. Some new sponsors joining this season on the Go Fast Racing campaign. And man, this guy had big shoes to fill. He took the ride from the Season 4 champ. Of course, AutoZone returning as a partner. Boost Mobile now joining as a partner on that car. And of course, an increased tech alliance with Stewart-Haas Racing. And he's currently 26. This is not going to be a good points day for him, I don't think. But still, again, all he has to do basically the rest of the season is stay in that top 30. Because he's going to be in the playoffs if he stays in that top 30. And we'll see what happens with him. See Abdullah really stretching out that lead. 7 seconds now, and you see the 8 of Eric Faden is headed back out. That might be good, because if we have a wreck or anything, he's going to have a shot at least getting a few extra points, so that's good that it's not a race-ending scenario for Eric Faden, but he still loses a handful of laps. And then the other thing is now he's going to be a nuisance for that number 48 when the 48 catches him, if the 48 catches him. One guy in the top 10 we haven't focused on yet is that number 4 of Zach Fitzwater. He's having a good run after a crappy run at Daytona. I believe he got 36. If I'm not mistaken, he started in last and just could not get moving. Got involved, I believe, in a wreck as well. So this will be a nice rebound for him here. Of course, they're under pressure from the defending series champ, Alexander Rowe. And you're going to want to keep an eye on him. He's been off to a hot start this season. He was close to winning the 500. Up ahead of them, though, is at 18, and it's not a familiar paint scheme, but Mars Company, the company that owns M&M's and Snickers and all those nice candies and gum and chips. They're adding some new sponsorship initiatives here, and of course one of them is Juicy Fruit that'll be on the car. As you see, Mohamed Zain Abdullah is going to stay out a few extra laps along with Nicky Martinez and a few others. But yeah, so you'll see a bunch of new paint schemes for that 18 throughout the season. It won't be just M&M's and Snickers backing that effort. Leave the cautions out. Oh, huge wreck. Turn 3 and 4. The 25 is involved, so is the 12, and the 35 of Chase Miller. And all these guys that pitted now are trapped 1 lap down. That is a really tough break for these guys. And I promise you, unlike the Daytona 500, I'm going to make sure to do a side-by-side as you can see the pit stops, and we'll go see what happened. Going to be a lot of hurt feelings right here. As you know, the 21 is affiliated with Team Penske, and that's a Team Penske car getting spun around, and Max Anderson, I believe, just trying to commit to the pit lane. Mitchell Collins wasn't, and look at this. This is going to drag a bunch of guys in there. Ooh, the 88 gets hit. And he's slammed into the 12. And look up ahead, just nowhere to go for the rest of these guys. The 13 somehow makes it through. You see the 3 slams into the back of the 35. 25 gets a little damage. I think the 65 is good and the 24 is good. So we'll see how they all stack up. The bad news is the guys who pitted under green well before this caution came out, they're in trouble now, as we'll take you back to the green. Well, I said that Eric Faden may not be in totally bad shape. He won't finish last. Dick Clark, Nathan Faden, Ricky Johnson out of the race after that wreck, and we got a lot of resetting to do. So it is Mohammed Zain Abdullah who will lead us back to the green. In second is Diego Yepes. Third is Mitchell Collins. Fourth is Giorgio Stumu, yesterday's winner. Fifth is Trevor Collins. Sixth is Tim Randolph. Seventh is Patrick Smith. Eighth is Dallas Jordan. Ninth is David Paschal, who started in last. So a nice rebound for him. And in 10th is Tyler Faden, as we get ready to get going. And no one's really going to have any clean air leader-wise. But we're going to have 10 laps of racing to go, and we're back underway. Oh my goodness, they all jumped the 17 on that start. And something's wrong with the 17. He's held up. And I think Diego Yepes just took the race lead. The 35 has held up the 17. And this is the battle for the lead. Look behind, that's Mitchell Collins in that 21. And yes, it is the 00 leading. With 9 laps to go, Diego Yepes in a position to win for the first time since Season 3. See Dan Hummel coming off the pit lane. And let me tell you, Mohammed Zain Abdullah will not be happy with that 35 after this race. But I can tell you who might. Diego Yepes, because if he wins this race, he ties for third up top of the all-time wins list. He'll tie with 5 wins. He'll tie with a bunch of greats in this series. Max Anderson, Richard Kinghart, who in every respect has been a dominant driver in the history of this series. Nathan Faden and Patrick Smith, 2 active drivers as well. And I believe the 34 is actually leading right now. No, the 34 isn't, but Trevor Collins did lead a lap. Man, I got ahead of myself there. Here comes the 42 as well. Diego Yepes hoping to hang on. He didn't win in Season 5. He didn't participate in Season 4. So this win would mean a lot to that 00 team. You see right now he's just under a lot of pressure with those lapped cars all around him. Of course the 6 is back there, Tim Randolph. He was dominant last season. He made the championship 4. Man, Diego Yepes is getting frustrated. I think he just about put the bumper to that 27 and tried to move him out of the way. And you see they're all stacking up behind him. And two champions there battling, one to stay on the lead lap, the other to hang on to the lead. Got 3 laps of racing to go. Can Diego Yepes hang on? Mohammed Zain Abdullah is pitting, along with a few others. So now the question remains, can these guys make it on fuel? 2 laps of racing to go. And Diego Yepes. It's a ticking time bomb right now, depending on if he can make it. He had to move high for some of those guys who did have to pit. But now he's got, as far as I can see, some clean racetrack ahead of him. As the white flag is out, 1 lap to go, presented by Mitchell's Memes. And he is under pressure there. That's Tim Randolph again. A Championship 4 competitor last season. He wants to challenge the former champ. But I don't think it's gonna happen through turns 3 and 4. I'll tell you one guy who loves these midweek races. It's gonna be Diego Yepes. He wins at Las Vegas. His first win since, I believe, season number 3. Been 3 seasons, almost 3 full seasons for Diego Yepes. We got a spin behind. Someone just took out the 12. And a huge wreck behind. After the finish, they wrecked it up. Wow. Someone was not happy with that number 12 and just caused possibly a huge wreck. I know it's past the finish, but I think I owe it to you guys after missing that Daytona wreck, so let's go see what happened before we cut out for the race. I thought it was the 4, it looked like the 4, and Zach Fitzwater not happy with that 12 of Max Anderson for some reason. Maybe Fitzwater just got triggered by the result and just sent the 12 into the wall. That's not really a smart thing to do or a great thing to do to a fellow competitor. And you see there, it drags Tyler Rattray into that. He slams into the 12, and then Max Anderson's teammate Dylan Young involved. So is Sky Commons. That's just dangerous. That's just flat out dangerous. That was not a smart move by a series vet. And you see there Chris Smith involved too. Oh man, tough break all around. But luckily everybody crossed the finish line. That's the good part. Just hope these drivers are okay after that wreck. We want to thank you for watching. We're going to show you results and standings, and we will be back here on Saturday for the Jello Cup Series doubleheader at Phoenix. Until then, goodbye everyone.